All right. So, what do we truly want? It's the magical question, right? So, if you ask any person what it is they want, you know, in their life, their goals, whatever the case would be, you'll see that the only answer that really comes up is that, I want to be happy, right? It's happiness. And this is the goal, this is the dream, right? I mean, there's a movie even called The Pursuit of Happiness, because that's essentially what we feel we are all after, right? And we base everything that we do on that feeling of happiness, right? Whether it's our job satisfaction, whether it is our family, whether it's someone else treating you a certain way that takes you out of that mood of being happy, right? Now, the thing with happiness is it's that it is external, right? It is fleeting. Happiness is circumstantial in the sense that it comes and it goes, right? You could be happy one particular moment, but let's say down the line, someone disrespects you or treats you a certain way, or someone accidentally, bam, elbows you in the rib, right? And all of a sudden, you've gone from happy to, oh, how dare this person, right? Now your mood is shifted. Happiness to annoyed or angry or frustrated or whatever the case would be. So it comes in waves, right? And that is happiness. My voice is a little bit out. Uh, so the question that we don't ask, right? And this is where we stop our thinking or our contemplating, is we don't actually ask ourselves the question as to why we want to be happy, right? It's like, why do you do what you do? Because I want to be happy. Why do you want to be happy? Most of the time, it's like, I don't know. I want to be happy. I want to live a good life. I want good times or memories or experiences. Totally understand, right? Now, the thing is, when we actually contemplate this a little bit further, right? Why do we actually want to be happy in our lives? The answer can only really be to be at peace. We want to be happy to be at peace. We want peace of mind in the things that we do. We want peace of mind when it comes to our families. We want peace of mind when it comes to our financial, status, or not status, but situation. We want peace when it comes to doing the things we love doing, right? And there's a huge difference between happiness and peace. And peace is one of those that is internal, right? It is eternal. Peace is untouchable. Peace is having a belief in the unseen realities, a belief and a trust in the unseen power that created everything, right? As we know, Allah, God. And when we get to a level of peace, it's something entirely different, right? It's a whole nother ball game, right? And don't get me wrong, yes, we've got human emotion. That is a norm. That is how we were created. We've got emotion. The difference is when you are at peace with everything that stems beyond you, you know that every emotion that you're going through is, it has its place. There's a reason for it. And because you understand this, you are able to navigate that a lot better, as opposed to coming from a space of fear and uncertainty, right? Now, how do we get to having that peace, right? It's easy enough for me to say that having a certain level of peace is getting to know and trust in Allah, right? Trust or know God. Not just believing, knowing. And there's a difference, but that's for another video. However, we might not be there yet, right? That is like ultimate, right? We may not be there yet. So for some of us, peace can be the simple fact of learning how to control our emotions, right? It can be learning how to navigate relationships, where it may not be the healthiest of relationships, or you're trying to understand how to navigate when you're trying to be a good person, but maybe the next person is, they maybe not there, and they are testing those boundaries and pushing you and challenging you in that sense, and that's a test, right? Are you going to come out at that ascended level in terms of patience, or are you going to stoop down to their particular level, drop even lower, right? So peace can be just trying to achieve one goal at a time in the most beautiful way possible, right? And the thing is, once we eventually get to that level, and I don't think it comes to an end. I don't think, you see, when it comes to Allah, it's infinite, right? So the amount of levels that you can ascend, I believe, is non-stop. It just keeps going. So I feel like you can always get to a new level, a new level, a new level, right? But to get to this particular level, or a level where you're really getting to understand or trust in Allah and know, and that type of thing, what it does to you is that you move through the world with a particular type of freedom, a particular type of understanding, a particular pace, knowing that everything is unfolding in front of you, right? It's guided. Things are happening for a reason. And you trust that reason, right? So when you get to that level, it frees you from the shackles of the fears and worries and anxieties that we have in this life, right? The thing is, we as human beings, we fear so much more than we need to. And I mean, if I take just the definition of, you know, the deen, Islam, it's the sole purpose is to submit, right? And submitting means surrendering. It means just letting go, just trusting. And we've sort of drawn a line as to what submit means. Submit means, for the most part, it is, you following the rules of the deen or the religion of Islam, right? But it's so much more than that. It's not just the physical aspect of it. It is the deepest spiritual realities and meanings behind it. What does it mean to let go, to surrender? It is to just give up complete power to the one and only that knows you better than you know yourself, right? Knows you much better than you know yourself. He's the one that created you, which means he understands your every move, every thought that's about to come, every step you're about to take. He knows, he's planned it out for you. You understand? So there is so much that we need to learn to let go of, which is not an easy thing to do. It's easier said than done, right? But it is possible. I feel I can go on with this topic because it just spills over into so many different other topics. But the main point of this is that we want to learn. Oh, I think that's my cat wanting to come in. We want to learn to get to this point of being at peace and understanding that what we want is peace, not happiness, because happiness is gonna come, it's gonna go, right? But when you understand that peace is what you want, that happiness is there, and when it does go away for a short amount of time, you got such a level of calm that you know that that happiness or that feeling of being feeling good in a particular way will return. As opposed to all the other points that I've kind of made in this particular video, I think there will be lots more in terms of how we jump into it and understand these things, whether it be surrendering, letting go, whether it be, trusting, you know. One of my biggest, I guess, things that I want to touch on in future is, like the law of attraction, which apparently is not a real thing, in terms of, looking at it from an Islamic point of view, right? So this is the first video of this segment called Unlocking the Soul, where we don't know much about the soul, right? The ruh, as we know, we don't know much about it. We've just been left little clues, but those clues are worth diving into, trying to understand, right? And I think this is what this series of videos, whatever we want to call this, segment videos, maybe it'll turn into like a solo podcast. I don't know where this is going to take me. As I said, one step at a time. So for now, one step at a time, like I just said, build, get to that level of peace. Every single day, choose peace. All right. With that being said, I will love and leave you, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.